Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitathon. I really hope that you are ready for 24 hours of knitting and fun and friendship, because that is what the Knitathon is all about. Honestly, to me, it is mostly about the friendship, because as some of you might know, knitting for days, that is something that I have been known to do before, but during the Knitathon, I get to do it together with you guys, and for that, I am so grateful. I know that people here in Denmark, some places people are actually meeting up for this event to do the Knitathon together, which is just awesome. And I also know that at my home away from home, the McKinney Knittery over in Texas, they're keeping the shop open for the duration of the Knitathon, which is so cool. And guys, if you're watching, I really miss you. I'll be back soon. I will try to keep up with the live chat as we go, but I don't know that I'm going to be able. So if you ask a question and I don't answer it, please ask again, and maybe even put it in the comment section of this video as it comes up on my channel here after we stop the live streaming. Floof, I'm sorry. So, the friendship. When I first set out on my knitting journey, I had no idea that this wonderful community of knitters even existed. And to be fair, it probably didn't at the time, because that is more than 50 years ago. And also, I was 5. I didn't know that I was setting out on a knitting journey. Basically, I just wanted my grandma's superpowers, because she could change threads into awesome stuff. And I wanted that. I wanted the stuff. And it's fair to say that I was not a process knitter in those first years. I actually still remember my first knit. This is a tangent, but if we have 24 hours, I guess it's okay if I go off on a tangent. Yes, there is a schedule on www.fiftyfabulous.dk. My very first knit, that was a pot holder knit in some bright red acrylic yarn. And yeah, unfortunately, it got lost over the years, but it was a lot of fun to see this pot holder, because you could see how in the beginning, Grandma would help me turn the rows. So it looked really neat. And then I took over and I got more and more stitches. So the pot holder like grew, and then I started dropping stitches. And it ended up looking very much like a Volkswagen bubble. But I was proud. I made a pot holder. Wow, Kuala Lumpur, that's cool. Today I am not knitting a pot holder. And I am not using bright red acrylic yarn. I am using a wonderful yarn. This is a Yak Merino Silk Blend, undyed. Just look at the colors, how it just looks alive, this yarn. It's from A Knitter's World. And actually, Bettina from A Knitter's World will go live during the Knitathon. She will go live in Danish in a couple of hours, and then later she will go live in English to talk about her yarns and the special fibers that she uses. But this one is, as I said, Merino Yak and Silk, undyed. And Yeah, I don't have much to show yet. I did cast on yesterday and I did knit the first fiddly round just so that I'd be able to knit while I talk with you guys here. I am wearing my cat number 2 because obviously this is going to be my cat number 3, cat for Knitathon. So cat number 2 is from our second knit-a-thon, and yeah, it is just a sweater that I really, really enjoy, way more than I actually anticipated. I knew I was going to be happy with it, but I didn't know that I would love it like this. I wear it a lot, even though I picked a color that's not any of my usual colors. I'm more of a neutral person. This is definitely not a neutral. This is a merino silk alpaca single spun in the colorway Brand i byen, fire in the city, if you translate it from by Killerek. And I am loving it. It has these short sleeves, so for the winter I have been using it over a shirt or under a light jacket, and soon I will be able to just use it on its own. But yeah, cat number 3 is in the making, and I cannot wait to see what will happen with that one. I hope you all have something wonderful to knit on. I hope that you picked this very special one project that you have been itching to cast on. Oh, you sent the husband away. That's a great idea. I did too. Only for knitters, right? No, I hope that either you have this very special project that you've been itching to cast on and now you get to work on it, or that you have a whip parade of things that you want to finish within these 24 hours, or something completely different that I didn't even think about. Just something that brings you joy, that brings you lots of happiness for this knit-a-thon. And remember, it's okay to change your project as the hours go by. There are no rules. There are no rules about what to knit or when to knit or how much to knit. Ah, sweaters on the lento, sleeves on the lento. The lento is beautiful. I hope I get to meet you, Dorothy, at the knittery so I can see your lento. Probably you're not going to be able to wear it when we meet. And the drop top, yay, that's one of my new designs. Ah, yeah. I am so excited for these 24 hours. It feels like a mini vacation for me, just being able to focus solely on my knitting and the knitting community and all the wonderful friends that I have been so fortunate to make during the years here. For the knit-a-thon, there are prizes. Of course there's prizes, but I'm gonna make it easy on myself this time. There will be 16 people to win a prize. So what I'm gonna do is, after the knit-a-thon is over, and maybe also after I've had just a couple of hours of sleep, then I'm gonna go through all the comments that has been put in the videos as they go up after the live streamings. I will, from all of those comments, pick 16 winners of 16 amazing prizes. That also means that if you comment a lot, well, you will have more chances to win. I am going to announce the winners on Instagram, and I'm also going to announce them on my next regular podcast, which will be next weekend. I will be uploading an English podcast, and I will announce all of the winners there. But I will, of course, also contact the winners here on YouTube. And just to make sure, please don't ever think that I'm going to contact you in a comment asking you to send me money for postage or personal information. I am going to answer to the comment that was picked by the random comment picker. I'm going to answer to that and ask that you write me an email. So just to make sure that nobody is caught in spam or whatever sometimes turns up here on YouTube. So let's take a quick look at the prizes. There are 10 people who will win the pattern for Ina's skæve klud, Ina's diamond cloth, diamond scarf. I think she calls it in English. It is translated into English. It's in English and in Danish. And it's just this amazing little scarf that is so pretty and so much fun to knit. You knit it in the round. You just knit, knit, knit. Not any purling. Unless, of course, you love to purl and you purl all the stitches to have the knit side on the back. But yeah, this pattern, Ina has generously offered 10 copies of this pattern to 10 lucky winners. Then there is one of the regular viewers of my podcast, Susanna Marker, who has, ever since we started the Knitathon, she has generously donated a prize every time. This time, she went ahead and she bought 3 of my patterns. She bought the cat number 2, the one that I'm wearing here. She bought the pattern for the perfect little cardigan, and she bought the pattern for my pull mitts. So those 3 patterns are going to go to 3 different people, courtesy of Susanna Marker. Thank you, Susanna. Then we have a project bag from Bodille. Here, a beautiful bag made from old cross stitching. It is so pretty. I have her information here because she sells her bags on Instagram, and because I can't put things up like usually I would write it. I hope you can see her information. You can find her on Facebook as Made by Bodille. Made by Bodille donated this beautiful project bag. And then Unica Garn, a Danish hand dyer, donated this beautiful plant dyed fade. It is so pretty. I'm not going to take it out of the packaging. I hope I can handle it so that it doesn't make too much noise, but it's so pretty. And she also included a pattern for a shawl. So one person will get the fade and the beautiful project bag. And then we have one person who will get a set of project bags from Knitwear by Monkey, my favorite bag maker. You can find her on Instagram where she sells her bags in Knitwear by Monkey. And she makes beautiful bags. They're zippered and they have this flat bottom so that they can stand. And they're just always so well made and so pretty. So there is 2 bags from her, a larger and a smaller. And with those 2 comes 2 skeins of my own hand-dyed yarn in a mystery colorway, which, yeah, you can guess who made this colorway, right? All the Grays. I love All the Grays. This is a rustic light DK, so that goes together with the 2 bags from Knitwear by Maki. Also, there are 3, oh thank you, they are beautiful gifts. I am overwhelmed by all the generosity. There are also 3 discount codes that are valid throughout the Knitathon. There is a discount code for Unica Garn, and she ships worldwide, 10% off. And there is a, oh my God, I forgot we have one more. We have one more grand prize. I just forgot because I don't have it next to me. But the yarn shop that is called Knit by Heart, they donated 3 skeins of hand-dyed lana grossa seta cotone, which is a silk and cotton blend in the colorway Chana. So that is prize number 16. I'm sorry. And Knit by Heart also offers a discount code valid throughout the Knitathon, 15% off. And I have a discount code for all of my patterns, both on Ravelry and in my own web shop, 20% off for the duration of the Knitathon. The codes are going to be in the description box below the video as it comes up on my channel after we stop the streaming. I'm not going to try to sit here and capital K and, you know, I'm just going to put them there so that you can see them. There will be links to the shops, and I hope that you all get to enjoy them. What if you need something new? Sometimes we need yarn. Which actually leads me to returning viewers will note that there is a new backdrop here. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I spent this week redecorating my studio up here where I'm recording. And in that process, I also pulled all of my own yarn that I had, yarn that I had bought over the time. And I was like, don't I usually go around telling people that I don't have a stash? So what we're looking at here is my non-stash. Except for this. This is yarn for upcoming collaborations and stuff. But the 3 crates behind me is my non-stash that I am going to enjoy so much more now that I have it out front and center and look at it all the time. Oh yeah, what do you know? Sometimes we can trick ourselves, right? I want to mention one more thing here for the introduction of this knit-a-thon. Oh, someone is making the perfect little cardigan. Ah, in the yak and silk. That's what I'm also working with. Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. I hope so. Thank you, Hannah. One more practical thing for this introduction to the knit-a-thon. I want to introduce to you the next podcasters to go live after this. So I'm gonna go live again at 4 o'clock, and when I mention the times, it's gonna be Greenwich Mean Time +1, Amsterdam, Paris, Rome time, or we can also say 1 hour from I started this. I'm gonna go live again in Danish. Did I just see that someone just bought one of my patterns? If you bought one of my patterns today, please contact me, because of course you should have the discount. We'll have to figure something out. Well, at 4 o'clock, I'm going to go live again in Danish for those of the Danish viewers who doesn't understand English. 1 hour after that, at 5 o'clock, there's going to be a Swedish podcaster in English, and I'm going to try to say her name, Gjort of Garn, made by yarn, it means. I'm not very good at Swedish, but she's lovely, and I really hope that you will enjoy her episode. Then we have a Knitter's World at 6 o'clock, the hand dyer behind this yarn, which is of course undyed. But anyway, you have seen her yarns so many times. She's gonna go live in Danish at 6 o'clock, and then later, I think it's at 5 o'clock tonight, she is going to go live in English to talk about her yarns and the very special fibers that she uses, which includes mink, camel, yak. It's all kinds of wonderful, luxurious fibers. Oh, wow. At 7 o'clock, we are gonna go to India. We are gonna go see the Shawl knitter Unplugged. She is gonna go live from India. And at 8 o'clock, we're back in Denmark, Hverdagsro with Tina. She is gonna go live in Danish. At 9 o'clock, we're gonna have the Playful Knitter, Malene. She is going to play for us on her piano. She's a pianist. She is such a wonderful, beautiful, amazing creature. You have to see her podcast when we all come together to enjoy the music and just sit and knit in complete peace. And after that, at 10 o'clock, I'll be back with another episode. I was actually thinking that I would take you on a tour of my studio, and maybe we could also talk about knitting needles. So if there's something else that you want to hear, please let me know. It's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, I think that I am gonna pick up my knitting. Right now I am using some Chaugu shorties. I actually wanted to change over to my favorite needle, my bamboo, my Chaugu bamboo. I bought my Chaugu bamboos in the 4-inch, so I could probably get away with putting those on here and still be able to work the neckline. But yeah, right now I'm using the regular shorties, and it's fine. I'm just gonna knit away with those, and then I'm probably gonna change over to the bamboo tips when I'm changing to the larger needle, because I don't know, I really love bamboo needles, especially for these soft and somewhat slippery yarns that I often use. Yeah, my gauge will definitely change going from metal to bamboo. It's much tighter on bamboo, so I'm gonna change when I am changing from the ribbing to the stockinette portion of the body. I'm not just gonna change in the middle of a section. That would be so noticeable, I'm sure. But yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to sit back, have some hot tea. I am going to knit away on my cat number 3, and I'm going to enjoy all the entertainment that has been lined up for me. Thank you all so much for joining. I am so grateful that you want to do this together with me. Knitting together apart is so much more than I had ever thought that it could be. So thank you so much for doing this knitathon with me. If you speak Danish, I'll see you again in about half an hour. If you don't speak Danish, I will see you in the chat as other people go live, and I will see you again at 10 o'clock. Bye for now, and happy knitting.